here. All right, shalom, shalom, shalom. Once again, it's Apostle Daf Carr representing FTL Fatherland Camp. Before we get started, I want to give all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rakak, Kodash. Peace, blessings, Rabahab, Shalom, to sincere Akim, Akwathium, Shalom, Writer's Corner. Once again, man, we're going to be wrapping up. We're at part 5 of King David Still Alive series, which, we're just through the precepts and close examination and scrutiny of the precepts, proven through the scriptures, you know what I'm saying? And even King David taught that we'll gain understanding and love the right way through the precepts, not through what this camp says or that guy says or what I say, but we got to do it proof and consistency, man. You know what I'm saying? So before we get started, man, I'm gonna play a little note from the 7-string harp, a part of ministry. The harp notes, it's a part of our lineage. It also helps to soothe the spirit when we do these lessons, man. When we're being edified or edifying doing this work, it's good to just lock in and deal with the work and let whatever we're dealing with, let that just put that on timeout for a second. You know what I'm saying? So that we can just meditate on these scriptures, be in the spirit. Everybody's dealing with stressful things. This world shit's hitting the fan and everything. But we gotta be of good cheer, man. And we can't be dismayed as these things, man. So I'm just gonna play this for a little bit, and then we're gonna get into this lesson. All right, we ain't gonna Bon Jovi rock out or nothing, just something, another way to give glory and praise to Yahweh Bashem, Yahweh Shah Bashem Rakaku Dash. So we're gonna get right into it, man. All right, so we're gonna go to the book of Ezekiel. Once again, this is a quick hit series, man. So we're gonna go to the book of Ezekiel. We're gonna bring out Ezekiel 34 and 20. And, once again, if this is your first time watching this, to gain more clarity of what I've been bringing out in the spirit, it'd be wise for you to definitely go check out 1 through 4, but we're going to pick up at where we're at right now, the 5th edition. So we can go to Ezekiel 34 and 20, and we'll bring out verses 34, chapter 34, verse 20 through 25 of Ezekiel. All right, so Ezekiel 34, verse 20 says, "Therefore, thus saith the Lord," well, Salakia. First, also, I want to say, double honors goes to the sincere elders. Honors goes to you sincere brothers, man, that's pushing this truth across the 4 corners, man. You know what I'm saying? And also, man, much respect and love to you few sincere sisters locking in this truth, learning, being meek, humble, submissive, and occupying the righteous lots of the 1/3 counterparts that are females, man. All right, so this is Ezekiel 34, verse 20. "Therefore, thus saith Yahweh our power unto them, Behold, even I will judge between the fat cattle and between the lean, because ye have thrust with side and with shoulder, and pushed all the diseased with your horns, till you have scattered them abroad. Therefore will I save my flock. All right, so we're that flock, man, that's been scattered. And they shall no more be prey. And I will judge between cattle and cattle. So the Lord is going to divide, we're in the times of the sifting, and he's going to divide the 1/3 from the 2/3. Therefore will I save my flock, and they shall no more be a prey. And I will judge between cattle and cattle. And I will set up one shepherd over them, and he shall feed them. All right, so he's going to set up one shepherd over the 1/3 in the time of Jacob's trouble. All right, and then it says who that shepherd will be. Even my servant David. He shall feed them, and he shall be their shepherd. So if, and this is no disrespect, to, Elder Mashah, who passed on, I believe, in 1993, but dealing with the prophecies, he couldn't be King David, okay? Because the scriptures talk about King David is alive. So we see right here that King David would be set up, all right? And he shall feed them. He's going to lead, or he's going to be the shepherd to lead the 1/3 during this second Exodus, so to speak. And I, the Lord, will be their power, and my servant David a prince among them. I, the Lord, have spoken it. And I will make with them a covenant of peace, and will cause the evil beasts to cease out of the land. So the heathens, man, are going to be destroyed, man. And it talks about that in Jeremiah chapter 30. And they shall dwell safely. Where shall they dwell safely at? In the wilderness is what it says. And sleep where? In the woods. Remember I did the video of the Instagram armchair quarterback trying to scoff, right? Trying to say that this isn't the flea doctrine. The flea doctrine is where you think, oh, shit's going to hit the fan in America. And he'd be like wicked GOCC, Elder Rakah, that wicked, the black-eyed bubblefish, and you say what? Oh, we're going to run and hide in Mitzrayim, Egypt. Or, oh, shit's going to hit the fan. Let's run back to Africa. Like these bug outs and false prophets and false apostles do that follow the false teachings that, all the tribes are only going to be Negroes. Yeah, every single tribe is going to have Negroes that are from every tribe, even Negro version of Issachar, Negro Gadites, etc. But there's going to be the confusion of face type, those that have the contemporary look of a Native American or a Latino. You're going to have that look. And you have people that scoff and say that they're not Hebrew Israelites when they really are, man, because they don't understand the scriptures. You know what I'm saying? And the Lord obviously, didn't call them to be servants because he didn't give them the secrets. They don't understand the mysteries. They're not complex in the spirit. They're not sealed in the minds, man. They're actually contending against us, sincere brothers, who I pray fervently that you guys are of that 144,000, man, as well as myself, man. All right. So now let's just read that all the way through. All right. So once again, this is Ezekiel 34:20. And I'm going to read verse 20 through 25. And really the video's over, bro. But we're going to do the due diligence of bringing these precepts out. Therefore, thus saith the Lord, or Yahweh our power, unto them, behold, even I will judge between the fat cattle and between the lean cattle, because ye have thrust with side and with shoulder, and pushed all the diseased with your horns, till ye have scattered them abroad. Therefore will I save my flock, and they shall no more be a prey, and I will judge between cattle and cattle. All right, so out of the fat cattle and the lean cattle, the Lord's going to choose which fat cattle he keeps, which lean cattle he keeps. Those that have the knowledge, wisdom, and understanding, those that have a little bit of knowledge, wisdom, and understanding. You know what I'm saying? There's even some people, man, that are still going to, unfortunately call on the name of Jesus and God. You know what I'm saying? But the Lord's going to have mercy on certain people, man. Everyone's not called to be a prophet or an apostle, man. All right. This isn't about just the deepest and wisest of us and the brothers out here on the highways and byways only being of the elect, man. It's an uncountable number. You know what I'm saying? So, and we're going to get to that later. But many people are going to be redeemed. Many people are going to be showed mercy that are going to be of the 1/3. The people are going to be shocked who's going to be of that 1/3 and who's going to be cast aside, man. You know what I'm saying? That's why we got to have humility in this thing. We got to have real love and try to seal in the elect, not using this knowledge, like the scriptures say, man, knowledge puffeth up, man. Knowledge puffeth up, man. We don't need to be out here acting like we're better than people, man. We need to be humble and have some humility, man. All right. So the Lord's going to judge between cattle and cattle. All right. So he's going to divide and he's going to do the sifting. And I will set up one shepherd over them, and he shall feed them, even my servant David. He shall feed them, and he shall be their shepherd. And I, the Lord Yahweh, Yahushua, will be their power, and my servant David, a prince among them. I, the Lord Yahweh, Yahushua, have spoken it, and I will make with them a covenant of peace. That's that new covenant. You know what I'm saying? Being fully set up, man. The old covenant will be done away. We're at the cusp in the middle right now, both of them, because we don't have our perfected, glorified bodies yet. Pursuing 1 Corinthians chapter 15, verse 50 through 58. That's when the new covenant comes all the way in, when we're made perfect, when we can never sin again. So it'll be impossible. And I, the Lord, will be their power, and my servant David, a prince among them. I, the Lord, have spoken it, and I will make with them a covenant of peace, and will cause the evil beasts to cease out of the land. And they shall dwell safely in the wilderness and sleep in the woods. So King David's going to be alive when we go into the wilderness once again. Abaratazah, we're all going to be, a sincere brothers and sisters to be of that, man. And we're going to sleep in the woods, man. So we're going to be hiding outside the cities, etc., man. And it even talks about that, you know what I'm saying, in 2nd Esdras chapter 16. All right, so now we're going to go to Ezekiel chapter 37, and we're going to get verse 21 through 28. Ezekiel 37, verse 21 through 28. So verse 21 reads, I say unto them, thus saith Yahweh our power, behold, I will take the children of Yasharal Israel from among the heathen, whither they be gone, and with Salakia, and will gather them on every side, and bring them into their own land. So everywhere we've been scattered across the 4 corners of the globe, Yahweh Yahushua is going to gather us back, man. And I will make them one nation in the land upon the mountains of Israel, Yasharallah, and one king shall be king to them all, and they shall be no more 2 nations, neither shall they be divided into 2 kingdoms any more at all. Neither shall they defile themselves any more with their idols, nor with their detestable things, nor with any of their transgressions. But I will save them out of their dwelling places, wherein they have sinned, and will cleanse them. So shall they be my people, and I will be their power. And David, my servant, shall be king over them, and they shall have one shepherd. They shall also walk in my judgments and observe my statutes and do them. Malag Dawad, or King David, he's going to be number 1 out of the 144,000. And the order is going to be, Abba Yahweh, Malak Shah Malakim, the King of Kings, Yahushai, and then King David. And then, the second guy, the top general, under King David, all the way to the 144,000th brother. You know what I'm saying? And then the angels rank will start from there. You know what I'm saying? Beginning with, Michael, Raphael, Penuel, Uriel, etc. You know what I'm saying? The top 7, which are also, the 24 elders, which are angels also. You know what I'm saying? So we see once again that King David is going to be set up and he's going to be revealed, you know what I'm saying, as King David, because he's alive right now doing the work. He's one of these brothers. And so just to backtrack, just for clarity, we're going to get Jeremiah 30. And hold on one second. We're going to get Jeremiah 30, verse 7. It's plain as day, man. How the elders miss this, man? You know? Not disrespecting, man, but how'd they get that wrong, man? All right, so this is Jeremiah 30, okay? And we're going to bring out verse 7. And I'm just doing the due diligence of bringing out some other much needed precepts because this is the wrap up. So also I'm going to hold Daniel chapter 12, verse 1. And I'm going to deal with this first verse, which is chapter 7. So Jeremiah 30 and 7. Alas, for that day is great, so that none is like it. It is even a time of Jacob's trouble. But he shall be saved out of it. So the Hebrew Israelites of the 1/3 are going to be saved out of Jacob's trouble. Okay, so what is that day that is great and none is like it? So I'm holding that. I'm going to Daniel 12 and verse 1. And at that time shall Michael stand up, the great prince, which standeth for the children of thy people, which are the Hebrew Israelites. And there shall be a time of trouble, such as never was since there was a nation, even to that same time. And at that time thy people shall be delivered, everyone that shall be found written in the book. That's the 1/3. All right, pursuant of Revelation chapter 7. All right, so now from there, these men, we're bringing it out, man. Now from there, we're going to Zechariah 13 and 8, because we're going to deal with what Jeremiah 30 and 7 says, which is going to quiet the naysayers, man. All right, so this is Zechariah 13 and 8. And it shall come to pass that in all the land, saith the Lord, 2 parts therein shall be cut off and die, but the third shall be left therein. And I will bring the third part through the fire, and will refine them as silver is refined, and will try them as gold is tried. They shall call on my name, and I will hear them. I will say, it is my people, and they shall say, Yahweh is my power. We're going to call on his name. You know what I'm saying? We're going to be calling on Yahweh, Yahweh Shai. You know, pretty soon, man, a lot of scoffers and people don't want to hear this truth. When shit starts hitting the fan, when shizzy's hitting the fizzy, you know, they're going to start falling in line, man, when us sincere brothers are being set up, man. You know what I'm saying? And we're going to get to that later. But now we're going back to Jeremiah 30, verse 7. So now we know what that day, that great day is, man. It's Jacob's trouble. So this is all talking about Jacob's trouble. Context is key. That's why we have to deal with these precepts and not just what him, her, or that guy's talking about, man. Some people have hidden agendas, man. And sometimes them agendas can get real deep, and you can go into a wormhole on agents and CIA agents. And are certain elders really sincere elders, or were they working for the beast, man? Makes you think, bro. It really makes you think how they got this wrong, bro, and how they try to hoard in all the glory, all the praise, all the views, close down camps, you know, from the outside looking in, you got people that should be learning. They think that we're hate groups. You know what I'm saying? They think that we just hate our own people. You know, all the Pharisee culture that was set up, man. And now, you know what I'm saying? There's starting to become a chasm, a split between the true apostles and the Pharisees and the Sadducees, man. And we see that, man. You know, and Writer's Corner knows what I'm talking about. And you know, Apostle Nahariah, the Spiritual Life Lessons brothers, you know what I'm saying? NY Nice, if I'm saying that right. You know what I'm saying? The brother that exposed NOI and WFI, you know, and there's many others, man. You know what I'm saying? We're starting to grow into our own in righteousness, sincerity, man. All right, so once again, man, Jeremiah 30 and 7. Alas, for the day is great, so that none is like it. It is even a time of Jacob's trouble, but he shall be saved out of it. For it shall come to pass in that day. So we know what day that's talking about, man. So when Elder Manatazak Bob, GMS, is trying to scoff at me on the spiritual life lessons, brother, and go, see, I knew you was a bug out and you're a traitor. And when I was like, yo, man, you know, Jeremiah 30, verse 7 through 10 is talk about King David being alive during Jacob's trouble. He said, no, it doesn't. Do a video then. They don't want to touch it, man. You know, GMS narrator SC, man. You, bro, you're a sneaky dude, bro. You're a grimy dude, man. All right, so let's get it, man. Verse 8, for it shall come to pass in that day, said the Lord of hosts, that I will break his yoke from off thy neck and will burst thy bonds, and strangers shall no more serve themselves of him. So when the economy collapses and the shizzy hits the fizzy and we start going into the wilderness and abandon these cities, these citadels of mystery Babylon, etc., our slavery has now ended. That's why Kanye West, which is the Sith Lord Luciferic pupil of one of the anti-Mashiachs of many, which is Donald Trump. That's why I came out with that song, New Slaves. Because you want to you'll be a new slave. You take that MOTB and the different forms, but really you need to take all the forms to complete the whole sequence to be a part of, you know, the cryptocurrency patent 060606 economy, which you need the Capri Sun, you know, and you need the grain of rice. All right. So our captivity will be over, but we'll be in the wilderness, just like nothing new under the sun. And at times of Mitzrayim, Egypt, you know, when Prophet Moses was leading us out, what happened? That captivity was over. And we went to the wilderness. And then the rest was history with the Red Sea being split up. We know red in this day and age, the Red Sea, you know, the serpent Esau, pursuing the Revelations 12 and 12, he's coming down after us a great wrath and a flood because he's ran out of time and he's pissed off. All right. And that flood is their military troops, their weaponry, their you know, all that. You know, they're trying to use their blessing against us again. That sea that coming down after us, pursuing the women like after a flood. That's the new Red Sea, is Esau and his military might, his police might. You know, and we don't have the carnal weapons. Our weapons are spiritual. That's why they don't want us getting this truth out, because we're yanking them down by the foot with it, man. All right. And I will burst thy bonds, and strangers shall no more serve themselves of him, but they shall serve Yahweh their power, while Yahweh Shai their power, and David their king, whom I will raise up unto them. So David's going to be exposed around the time of this Jacob's trouble situation, man. All right. Therefore fear thou not, O my servant Jacob, saith the Lord, neither be dismayed, O Israel, for lo, I will save thee from afar, and thy seed from the land of their captivity. This is the land of captivity because this is when the Judite tribes came here. We reunited with the northern tribes, and then we all was dealing with slaveries. You know, from Brazil all the way up to Canada. You know what I'm saying? Therefore fear thou not, O my servant Jacob, saith the Lord, neither be dismayed, O Israel, for lo, I will save thee from afar, and thy seed from the land of their captivity. So he's going to save us from the four corners, wherever we're scattered, even China, Russia, everywhere we're scattered at. But the place of our captivity is Mystery Babylon, America, the great whore. And thy seed from the land of their captivity, and Jacob shall return, and shall be in rest, and be quiet, and none shall make him afraid. For I am with thee, said the Lord, to save thee, though I make a full end of all nations, whither I have scattered thee. Yet will I not make a full end of thee, but I will correct thee in measure, and will not leave thee altogether unpunished. So the 2/3 are going to get destroyed. We're going to be going through all types of crazy stuff, Abaratazah. But, you know, we're just being tried like a fire, man. You know what I'm saying? So now we're going to get, spare me for a second. I don't want to take too much of y'all time, so I'm pushing fast. I'm trying to get out as many points out in the spirit as possible. So I'm just going to look at Ezekiel 37 just to make sure I got what I need to get out of that. So Ezekiel 37. Yep, so I'm just going to get Ezekiel 37, verse 24 once again. And David, my servant, shall be king over them, and they all shall have one shepherd. They shall also walk in my judgments and observe my statutes and do them. And they shall dwell in the land that I have given unto Jacob my servant, wherein your fathers have dwelt. And they shall dwell therein, even they and their children, and their children's children forever. And my servant David shall be their prince forever. And if you have that understanding, David is also Apostle Peter, but he is also Jacob. All right. And he is also Moses. Those are some primary lives and incarnations that King David had. Moses, Jacob, and Peter, most notably. All right, moving forward, we're going to get Ezekiel 46. Get straight to the point. We can get Ezekiel 46 and 16. Thus says Yahweh our power, if the prince give a gift unto any of his sons, the inheritance thereof shall be his sons. It shall be their possession by inheritance. But if he give a gift of his inheritance to one of his servants, then it shall be his to the year of liberty. So say, King David doesn't have sons born just yet. And so he's like, yo, man, I want to bless, my right-hand man. I want to bless my left-hand man, meaning just his 1 and 2 dudes or whatever, his primary circle, or just one brother. And he'll be like, you know what, man, you can get this chunk of land, man. Then he's going to get that land for 50 years. All right. And that's what that's talking about right there. You know what I'm saying? And then after that 50 years, he would have sons born. And then, that brother would give that land back to David so that he can give that inheritance, to his sons or whatever. So, that's just to iron out what that means. All right. But if he give a gift of his inheritance to one of his servants, then it shall be his to the year of liberty. The year of liberty is Jubilee, which is 50 years. After it shall return to the prince, which is King David, but his inheritance shall be his sons for them. Shalom, shalom, Akim. All right. So we're just pushing on through that. Now we're going to get Psalms 91, verse 7 through 16. A thousand shall fall at thy side, and 10,000 at thy right hand, but it shall not come nigh thee or near thee. All right, so I'm gonna go up. I'm just gonna bring out the whole 91 for context. Psalms 91. He that dwelleth in the secret place of the Most High shall abide under the shadow of the Almighty. I will say of the Lord, he is my refuge and my fortress, my power, in him will I trust. Surely he shall deliver thee from the snare of the fowler and from the noisome pestilence. This is Jacob's trouble, man. You got wars, you have martial law, you got purges and seditions amongst men, and raiding house to house, neighbor and versus neighbor, etc. You got wild beasts in the wilderness, you got famine, you got droughts. So, we got to be in a spirit and a mindset of expecting great miracles to take place, man, and be of good cheer and be locked in on that. That's why it's good to meditate on the book of Exodus, and Apostle Nahariah. You can check out his video. He just did a good piece on Exodus. He shall cover thee with his feathers, and under his wings shalt thou trust. This is why the Gadites and the northern tribes is dealing with a lot of feathers, man, because of this precept, man. Because that's just the ancient way that we would tell stories, and we would, technically wearing the precept in a kind of way. He shall cover thee with his feathers, and under his wings shalt thou trust. His truth shall be thy shield and buckler. So this truth, man, this is all we need. Thou shalt not be afraid for the terror by night, nor for the arrow that flieth by day. All right, so we're not going to be worried about nukes or Esau's weapons, man, nor for the pestilence that walketh in darkness, nor for the destruction that wasteth at noonday. So we're not going to, once again, we're not going to worry about the diseases. We're not going to worry about the outbreaks. We're not going to be worried about nukes or bullets or guns. None of it. 1,000 shall fall at thy side, and 10,000 at thy right hand, but it shall not come nigh thee. We're going to be protected. You know what I'm saying? Adawan Ratazah, which means Lord willing. Adawan, Lord, Ratazah, willing. Adawan Ratazah. We're going to be protected, man. While everybody else, 2/3 and the heathens, they're going to be dropping like flies, man. Only with thine eyes shalt thou behold and see the reward of the wicked, because thou hast made the Lord, which is my refuge, the Most High, thy habitation, even the Most Sakia, because thou hast made the Lord, which is my refuge, even the Most High, thy habitation. So we trusted and we dwelt in Yahweh Yahweh Shai by Hashem Rakakwadash. That's why we're rich, which is talked about in Revelations, 2 verse 9. That's why we're rich, man. No matter if we're poor, no matter if we're broke, standing at other people's houses, being shitted on by these idiots at these jobs. Some people are sleeping in cars. Some people are bouncing house to house. Some people are squatting. Some people don't know how they're going to pay rent. Some people don't know how they're going to, buy a bottle of water. Hey, man, some people don't know how they're going to get some yayan, some wine. It don't matter, man. You're rich, man. You're a multi-gazillion, trillion, zillionaire, bro. Or sister, you know what I'm saying? Don't even trip, man. Like all that disrespect you getting, all that hate and the looks you might be getting, or the scoffing, man, or you might be doing a highway, man. Someone just goes, nigger, as they drive by, man. All praises, man. Send that up, man. You're earning yours, man. You're walking the walk that we walked before, man. Be of good cheer, man, because thou hast made the Lord, which is my refuge, even the Most High, thy habitation. There shall no evil befall thee, neither shall any plague come nigh thy dwelling, for he shall give his angels charge over thee. You scared of the wilderness, bro? You scared of the wilderness? Then this ain't for you, man. Like you gotta be ready for this, man. You gotta want this, bro. You gotta be ready for this, man. That's like Kobe or Curry being scared of going to the finals, man. Like you ready to get a ring, man. We about to get rings, man. And you sisters, man, you're gonna be rewarded with having 144,000 as your husband, man. Not no bum ass 2/3 niggas, man, that just know nothing but mumble rap by heart, man. Sagging in skinny jeans, man, killing each other. And being fruitcakes, man. There shall no evil befall thee, neither shall any plague come nigh thy dwelling. We're going to be protected, man. For he shall give his angels charge over thee to keep thee in all thy ways. Daniel 12:1. Michael is going to look after the Hebrew Israelites and all the angels under his command. They shall bear thee up in their hands, lest thou dash thy foot against a stone. We'll be destroyed if they don't protect us. Thou shalt tread upon the lion and adder, the young lion and the dragon shalt thou trample under feet. We're going to be walking over bodies, man. We're going to be walking over heathens, man. Nothing's going to be able to destroy us, bro. Because he hath set his love upon me, therefore will I deliver him. I will set him on high, because he hath known my name. He shall call upon me, and I will answer him. I will be with him in trouble, Jacob's trouble. I will deliver him and honor him. With long life will I satisfy him and show him my salvation. That long life is eternity, man. That's what it's talking about. Now, some of us ain't going to taste death, man. So we right there at the gates, man. They trying to psych us out. Don't let them psych you out, man. Do not let these devils psych you out. Don't let these 2/3 reprobate bastards psych you out, man. We right there, bro. We about to get it, man. Could you imagine, man? Imagine this. You're in the Super Bowl. You know, you're on your squad, right? Winner takes all. Every single handoff is an automatic touchdown. Every single pass is an automatic catch, a juke, spin move, touchdown. Every time you catch a punt, touchdown. Every time you catch the kickoff, touchdown, bro. It's gonna look, man, you're gonna have a damn NFL game looking like NFL score, man. It'd be 200-0 on some Madden type stuff, man. Man, it's time to win, man. And King David's gonna be alive through this, man. He's alive right now, man. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I'm doing this lesson, man. Cause see, our king's not dead, man. You know, and all of his brothers in the spirit that the Lord's put it on us, man. We're bringing out these lessons now, man. He's given us the spirit to speak up and speak out, man, and to correct things, man. And that's all I'm doing. I'm not disrespecting nobody. I still got love for all the brothers pushing the truth, but certain things just need to be fixed, and their pride won't fix it, man. Just like their pride won't talk about, they won't fully confess what the Capri Sun really is, man. They won't say it's MOTB. They won't bring out the patent 060606. They won't say it's directly connected, you know, to the Dorito chip. Why? Because of pride, man. They've been puffed up, man, like the Pharisees and Sadducees, man. You know the scriptures, man, but brothers just sometimes ain't in the spirit, man. It's being parrots. We're going to get Zechariah chapter 12. You know what I'm saying? We're going to get Zechariah 12, verse 4. And I'm going to bring that verse 4. And yeah, we'll see from there. In that day, said the Lord, I will smite every horse with astonishment and his rider with madness. I will open mine eyes upon the house of Judah and will smite every horse of the people with blindness. And so, you know, these heathens, man, and their weapons, no weapon formed against us shall prosper, man. And the governors of Judah shall say in their heart, the inhabitants of Jerusalem shall be in my strength, in the Lord of hosts, their power. All right, so who are those governors of Judah, man? That's talking about the 144,000. And the inhabitants of Jerusalem, man, that's talking about the rest of the elect. Verse 6, in that day will I make the governors of Judah like an hearth of fire among the wood, man. Like superhumans, man. We're going to be gods under the man God powers. You know, God just means powers, man. So we're going to be the powers under Yahweh Shai, man. You know, in that day, pursuing of Psalms 82, man. In that day will I make the governors of Judah like a hearth of fire among the wood. These heathens and these 2/3, they're like wood compared to fire, man. We're going to be like flame on, man, like the Human Torch, man. And like a torch of fire in a sheaf, and they shall devour all the people round about on the right hand and on the left. And Jerusalem shall be inhabited again in her own place, even in Jerusalem. The Lord also shall save the tents of Judah first, that the glory of the house of David and the glory of the inhabitants of Jerusalem do not magnify themselves against Judah. All right, so that the glory of the house of David and the glory of the inhabitants of Jerusalem do not magnify themselves over against Judah. So people are going to know that the Lord's dealing with, you know, there's order in this thing. You know what I'm saying? That's pretty much what that's saying, man. So Judah's going to be set up first, and then the northern tribes are going to be set up. In that day shall the Lord defend the inhabitants of Jerusalem, and he that is feeble among them at that day shall be as David. So the weakest of the Hebrew Israelites, of the 1/3, are going to be strong and mighty warriors like David. And the house of David, which are the 144,000, shall be as God, or Yahweh Shai, in our power, man, as the angel of the Lord before them. All right? People are going to be like, oh, and they're going to try to join the truth, man. It might be too late for certain people, man. And it shall come to pass in that day that I will seek to destroy all the nations that come against Jerusalem. And I will pour upon the house of David. He needs to be alive to have the house of David. And I will pour upon the house of David and upon the inhabitants of Jerusalem the spirit of grace and of supplications. And they shall look upon me whom they have pierced, which is Yahushua, and they shall mourn for him as one mourneth for his only son, and shall be in bitterness for him, as one that is in bitterness for his firstborn. In that day shall there be a great mourning in Jerusalem, as the mourning of Hadad Raman in the valley of Megiddo. So Armageddon, man. And we're gonna be crying, we're gonna be happy, we're gonna be giving glory and praise. It's gonna be a crazy, mind-blowing experience, man. That we can't even fathom how amazing this is about to be, man. All right, so for a precept on this 144,000 power and energy, you know, which is going to bring in a lot of the people to trust this truth and to repent and come into the 1/3, because Yahweh Shai's mercy is greater than, you know what I'm saying, his wrath, man. You know, he wants to save us, man. You know, these people, man, on the left-hand side, unfortunately, this is part of the prophecy. There's got to be 2/3, you know. It's just got to be 2/3, man, because it's the Lord's word. We're going to get Psalms 110 and 3. We almost done. Almost done. You know, the corkscrew of this whole situation is that King David is going to be going through this with everybody else. You know what I'm saying? He's not dead and gonna be, nah, he's already alive, man. He's in his lot, man. And just as Peter went against the Pharisees and the Sadducees, he's gonna go against the Pharisees and the Sadducees. That's why the house of David is being set up now, man. Like apostles from spiritual life lessons, Anaya and Awar are talking about, man. Shalom to them brothers, man. All right, so Psalms 110 and 3. Actually, let's just get Psalms 110 and 1. The Lord said unto my Lord, right? So God or Yahweh, right? Yahweh said unto Yahushai. That's what that meant. All right. And that's why that had got brought out, in the book of Matthew, man, when it asks, well, why does it say that? Why did the Lord call the Lord like that? You know what I'm saying? The Lord said unto my Lord, sit thou at my right hand until I make thine enemies thy footstool. So King David is prophesying of Yahushai. So Yahweh told his son Yahushai, hey, sit at my right hand until it's your time to go. You know, and we're going to activate the 144,000 and y'all going to kick major ass, man. The Lord shall send the rod of thy strength out of Zion. Rule thou in the midst of thine enemies. So the Lord has enemies. Psalms 2 and 8 is talking about they're going to become slaves and we're going to rule over them with a rod of iron. So these people ain't going to get our blessings, man. They didn't go through D28s. We went through the D28s. We paid the cost, man, to be redeemed, man, through the mercy. We had to be punished and chastised. And then the Lord's, going to save us, man. He's not going to keep whipping our ass till we're just extinct, man. So these heathens does bugging out, man. Verse 3 is the point. Thy people shall be willing in the day of thy power. All right, so in the day of thy power, man, he's going to set up the 144,000. Now people want to listen. We're going to be healing people in the wilderness, as brother set up, man. We're going to be giving sight to the blind. We're probably going to be doing miracles, turning rocks into bread, turning, rocks into fit. Man, it's going to be crazy, bro. We're going to be smiting rocks and making water streams come out. We're going to be, man, it's going to be miraculous. We're going to have power over the elements, man. Thy people shall be willing in the day of thy power. Now, because people are going to be leaving these cities, because it's just straight purge, it's martial law, it's chaos. There might be zombies. You never know. You know what I'm saying? It's going to be looting. The grocery store is 100% empty, which is why people are going door to door with these food gangs. And they're going to catch, hey, man, I heard there's some brothers out there, man, doing miracles out in the wilderness, man. They're like, for real? They got food? Man, they got food, man. They're teaching the word, man. These dudes are like Green Lanterns, bro. It's like Hispanic, Native American, and nigga Green Lanterns out there. They be like, what? We got to go see this, man. It's the brothers I was on YouTube, the brothers I was on the highways and byways. Man, and then the rest of the remnant's going to come in, man. Thy people shall be willing in the day of thy power in the beauty of holiness. From the womb of the morning, thou hast the dew of thy youth. All right. The Lord hath sworn and will not repent. Thou art a priest after the for thou art a priest forever after the order of Melchizedek. The Lord at thy right hand shall strike through the kings in the day of his wrath. So Yahushua is going to get his revenge, man. And he's the high priest after the order of Melchizedek. And Yahushua was Melchizedek in the past life, just like he also was King Solomon. All right. Verse 6, he shall judge among the heathen. He shall fill the places with dead bodies. He shall wound the heads over many countries. He shall drink of the brook in the way. Therefore shall he lift up the head. He's coming into ultimate power, getting ultimate revenge, man. You all right? All right, let me just wrap it up. 3 more precepts, man. I'm going to get John 10 and 19. Just real quick, get right to the point. All right, John 10 and 19. There was a, here we go. There was a division, therefore, again among the Jews for those sayings. And many of them said, he hath a devil and is mad. Why hear ye him? Others said, these are not the words of him that have a devil. Can a devil open the eyes of the blind? And it was at Jerusalem the feast of the dedication, and it was winter. And Yahushua walked in the temple in Solomon's porch. Then came the Jews, or the Hebrews, the Judites, round about him, and said unto him, how long dost thou make us to doubt? If thou be Hamashiach, tell us plainly. Yahushua answered them, I told you, and you believe not. The works that I do in my Father's name, they bear witness of me. But you believe not, because ye are not of my sheep, as I said unto you. My sheep hear my voice, and I know them, and they follow me. So we're here to follow the Lamb, not the man. And I give unto them eternal life, and they shall never perish, neither shall any man pluck them out of my hand. My Father which gave them to Salakia, my Father which gave them me is greater than all, and no man is able to pluck them out of my Father's hand. I and my Father are one. So they're synchronized in the mind and in the spirit, man. You know what I'm saying? That doesn't mean that, you know, they did some like Majin Buu and he just ripped off a goop and just made, like, that's not what that's talking about, Mike. They try to say that, you know, Yahweh is Yahushai. No, Yahushai is Yahushai, and Abba Yahweh is Yahweh, who created Yahushai as the first creation in the material known world. You know what I'm saying? To be the express image of himself, which is the sign of salvation. All right, so just nothing new under the sun. Was rolling with Yahushai then, we rolling with Yahushai now, man. And those that's not rolling with Yahushai, they're not gonna roll with him. They wasn't rolling with him back then. They're not rolling with him now. They're the prophet killers, them OT only dudes, these scoffers and these scorners, these 2/3, and these heathens, man. All right, now I'm gonna get John 6:2-4, and that'll be the lesson right there. So this is John chapter 6, verse 2. And a great multitude followed him because they saw his miracles, which he did on them which were diseased. And Yahushua went up into a mountain, and there he sat with his disciples. And the Passover, a feast of the Jews, was nigh. And when Yahushua then lifted up his eyes and saw a great company come unto him, he saith unto Philip, whence shall we buy bread that these may eat? You know, so he knows he's going to do a miracle, but he's like, man, how are we going to feed these people, man? You know, how much would it cost, man? And this he said to prove him, for he himself knew what he would do. Philip answered him, 200 pennyworth of bread is not sufficient for them. You know, so like that's like today saying, man, $200 couldn't feed all these people, man. That every one of them may take a little. One of his disciples, Andrew, Simon Peter's brother, said unto him, there is a lad here which hath 5 barley loaves and 2 small fishes, but what are they among so many? And Yahushua said, make the men sit down. Now there was much grass in the place. So the men sat down in number about 5,000. So just 5,000 men alone, not even counting the children and the Akwathian, man. And Yahushua took the loaves, and when he had given thanks, he distributed to the disciples, and the disciples to them that were sat down, and likewise of the fishes, as much as they would. When they were filled, he said unto his disciples, gather up the fragments that remain, that nothing be lost. Therefore they gathered them together and filled the 12 baskets with the fragments of 5 barley loaves, which remained over and above unto them that had eaten. So they were stuffed, man. They had the itis, man. All right. When they were filled, he said unto his disciples, gather up the, Salakia, 14. Then those men, when they had seen the miracle that Yahushua did, said, this is of a truth that prophet that should come into the world. When Yahushua therefore perceived that they would come and take him by force to make him a king, he departed again into a mountain himself alone, because it wasn't his time to rule then. So he dipped out because, people was going to force him, to rule over Israel. Then they wanted him to be the warrior and to slaughter the Edomite Romans and et cetera back then, but it wasn't his time. So, that's the lesson. Miracles are coming, power is coming, salvation, glory, honor is coming. We're going to be redeemed. You know what I'm saying? We're representing the Lamb. We're going through the trials and the tribulations. We're being tried through the fire. Be patient. Hang in there. I got a lot of love. I love all y'all. You know what I'm saying? Keep the faith. Keep going. Keep studying. Keep praying, fasting, edifying, highway and byway, and doing videos, doing memes. Just keep going, man. Rabahab Shalom, Abab Babal, Mabath La Adaram Yam, Kwam Yasharallah.